Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be integrating a React Native app with Betterauth powered by Convex. Or maybe I think I got that wrong. I'm going to be building a React Native app that is going to have Google authentication powered by Betterauth, and it's going to integrate with Convex. The reason I'm building this out is because coming from a web development world, I had a lot of issues with it. But hey, I figured out the kinks and I just want to make it easier for you guys. So let's just get started. First things first, I'm going to create a new React Native app. For that, I'm gonna use better T-Stack. This has become my new favorite way of rolling, of scaffolding end-to-end type-safe TypeScript projects, like they've mentioned here. Right, so I want to come to the stack builder, make this full screen for a second. I don't need a web front end. Why waste it? I want a React Native plus tail native wind integration, and I want to use Convex as my backend. And once you click on Convex, everything else automatically gets configured. That's why I love this tool. Shout out to Alman for building this out. Like, it's amazing. And I also want to stick to using PNPM because we're going to be using Turbo Repo, and Turbo Repo performs audibly with one. Don't ask me. I'm not going to talk about it. And yeah, I think we're all good. I'm just going to copy this command. I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste it. Perfect. And now we will just follow these steps. So I'm going to cd into my better T app. I'm going to run pnpm run dev setup, and it'll set up Convex for me. And I want to create a new project, and I'm gonna call it YT Convex Betterauth. I'm just gonna say BA for Betterauth. And I'm gonna choose cloud deployment. And once that's done, my Convex functions are ready, my Convex environment is ready, and now I just need to run the application. And one quick thing that I do need to do is that I need to set up my env for the React Native app with the Convex environment variable. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to come here to apps, go to native, open up the .env file there. Yeah, and there's conveniently, there's a placeholder for just that. So I'm just going to come here, just going to copy this, paste it there, delete. And just for good measure, I'm going to have another URL, and I'm going to call it convex site URL. And the only difference between the convex site URL and the regular convex URL is the suffix. So like the convex URL ends with cloud, and the site URL ends with .site. Easy enough. And now let's close it. And now let's get started with the Betterauth integration. So you come to Betterauth, you open the docs, and you can just search for Convex here, right? But here's the thing. This documentation is for Next.js and Convex. It doesn't really talk about Expo, and it's actually very confusing to just port it to Expo. So the way I do it is I go to this nice little Netlify app that they've built out for us, right? And I just follow these instructions. So firstly, I'm going to choose Expo React Native here, and I'm going to make sure I install these packages. I'm using PNPM. I'm going to choose PNPM. I'm going to open my terminal again, and I am just going to go to my native app. I'm just going to navigate into that. Perfect, I'm there already, and I'm just going to paste the commands. All right, and I also need to install the Expo Secure token package that Expo provides so that our tokens are secure. Go figure out. And now let's start working on the backend. So this is powered by the Convex Betterauth plugin, right, or component. So we're gonna have to write a convex.config.ts file in the backend folder. So I'm just gonna come here, open up my file tree, go to my backend, and convex.config.ts, press enter, paste it here. Perfect. And then what's the next step? Add convex auth config. So make another file, call it auth.config.ts. Come here, paste the content. I didn't copy it, did I? Copy, paste it. It's very important that we leave the application ID to be convex and not change it, right? And now we also need to set some environment variables for Betterauth to generate hashes for any passwords we might store, right? So, and this command generates a nice secure secret that Betterauth uses to encrypt any passwords that you might have for your users, so that even you don't access them. And the way we do it is by going in to the packages full, we go to backend, are they going into Convex, and I just set the env variable using the needle command that they have given us, and we are good. And expo public convex underscore site underscore URL, we just did that at the beginning of the video, and now we create a Betterauth instance. And now that before we proceed with that, now that we've set up Convex on its own, I want to run the project so that any Convex code we type or just copy paste or whatever we do, it auto compiles into JavaScript, and we will be able to import the generated code going forward. It will make life a lot easier. So I'm just going to do npm dev here, or you could go into packages, backend convex, and just do npx convex dev. But I am going to go stick with the npm dev route because it also runs my React Native application, and I'm just going to stick to it. So right now we see that the convex code just compiled, it installed the Betterauth component, and we're good to go. And right now, just to show you how the convex dashboard looks, I can just log in, ignore my other projects. Here's the project that we need to talk about. And these are all the functions, that serverless functions that Convex has spun up for us by default. The to-dos one is given by, actually both of these are spun up by Stack. But as we add more functionality, as we add authentication, callback routes, you'll see these things be populated. Now coming back. So now let's create a Betterauth instance. Let's let Convex know that we need to use Betterauth as our auth, right? So I'm just gonna come here, I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna create a file called auth.ts, auth.ts here, paste it here. I will be changing this shortly, but for now, okay, and now that we're here, we might as well do one more thing. We need to allow our app, any requests coming from our app to be trusted. So in the sense that we need, what we need to do now is we need to go to app.json, find out what our app scheme is. And our app scheme right now is called My Better T app. You can change it to whatever you want. I'm gonna stick to the same one from here, and my scheme is now gonna change to My Better T app. I'm just gonna delete the rest. Perfect. And now just a quick little thing that you need to make sure is you have the Expo plugin and the Convex plugin both set up together. This is one thing that I had issues with. But moving on. Right, we have auth.ts, we have a nice little helper function, which we will probably never use, so we can go ahead and delete it. And then now we get to the exciting part. We set it up on the client. So hey, copy it, go to the lib folder, and what is it? It says auth client, and we just make a file called auth client.ts. I like putting it into a, but personally I like putting it in a Betterauth folder. So Betterauth / auth client.ts. Right, and I paste it here. I have my Expo client, and I also have my Convex client, and now that's perfect. Right, and now I'm gonna mount my handlers. So whenever you have something, whenever you type something into like an http.ts file in your Convex folder, all of those, any code that you write there becomes a REST endpoint, right? So that's why Convex is very convenient when you want to test out webhooks, because you just type them out and they're spun up automatically almost immediately, right? And now Betterauth allows you to just spin up all the webhooks that it needs or endpoints that it needs in just one line. So you copy this. I'm gonna come back here to my Convex folder, make a file called http.ts. I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna come back here, and I am going to set up my Convex better auth provider. Again, pretty straightforward. Come here to the entry point of your React Native app. You come here. There's a lot of fluff here. We will be changing them later on, but for now, I'm just going to leave them be. I'm going to make sure that we have these imports here first. And this needs to be resolved into betterauth/auth client. And yeah, come here, Convex React client, paste it here, Expo public Convex URL, good enough. This is perfect. Now, instead of using the Convex provider, we're going to be using the Convex betterauth provider. So come here, replace this. Right, perfect. Do we have more errors in this file? We do not, and that is beautiful. Right. Just gonna come here and quickly delete this because we don't need it anymore. And we should be good with everything on Convex side. So now we still need to do a couple more things on the Expo side of things. So we will follow step 3, 6, and 7 here as the guide says. So come here, install the server dependencies needed. Open up the terminal, obviously, npm add. Okay, and then, oh my bad, I installed the wrong one. Oh, it's the same one, it's all right. And because we are gonna be doing, I'm gonna be showcasing Google a lot, so I'm just gonna install these as well. Perfect. And now we're gonna go to step 6. Step 6, 3, 6, and 7. We're gonna go to step 6. We're gonna make sure that the scheme exists. The scheme does exist. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then update your betterauth config to include the scheme and the trusted origins list. We did this as well, right? We don't need to do this for now, and that's okay. And we need to make sure that this line of code is in place. So come here, go to your metro config, and voila, we have it. Perfect. All right. We don't need any of this anymore. And we are now good to authenticate. I don't want to go through the effort of creating a sign-up form or the sign-in form. So right now, I'm just going to make a quick little social sign-in button. I'm just going to copy it from the documentation social button.tsx. Come here, paste it here, right? And auth. I'm going to import auth client from here. We should be good with the social sign-in, and that is perfect. But here's the thing. This is not going to work. I'm going to come here. I'm going to press I so that I open up the simulator to show you guys. All right, so now that we're here, I'm going to go to the main index.ts and view this. And right below this view, I'm just going to put the social sign-in button. And admittedly, nothing happens. I doubt we'll even see an error. Close this. That was yep. This is because we do not have anything set up for Google Auth. We haven't created a Google client secret or a client ID, nothing of that sort. So let's get started with that first, right? So now what you do is very simple. You just go to authentication here. go to the Google Guide and just follow everything. So follow step 1 and step 2 exactly as it says, right? So you go to the Google Cloud Console, and then you can create a new project. I have a shit ton of projects. Don't judge. YT video project, and I'm just going to create an organization here. I mean, I create a project here. Wait for it to get set up. Click on select project, credentials, and here I will be creating an OAuth client ID. And before that, I need to go through all of this. So because I don't want to go through all of this, I'm going to use an existing set of keys for now, right? And so what am I going to do here? Or actually, let me just get this done. Get started. I'm just going to call it YT video app. I'm going to put my email in. It's for external use. Next. Again, same email. Finish, I guess. Continue, create. After the project is created, I can go back to clients. I can create a client. It's going to be a web application. Even though we're building a React Native app, it's got to be a web application. Call it YT video client ID. And the JavaScript origin is going to be your backend URL. So that's going to be Convex. So you come here, you take this or this. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one that supports HTTP action. So you take this, you put that URL there, and then I'm going to copy paste the same URL here, but according to the docs, we just add the callback endpoint. I'm going to create that. And once I create that, I'll get a client ID and a client secret. So now I am just going to copy this. I'm going to enable Betterauth I'm going to enable Google Auth in my Convex backend. So for that, I need to go to auth.ts. Underneath this, I'm just going to go type in, paste this, social providers, and then I'm just going to say process.env.google client ID and whatever's in the documentation for now, because I'm going to be deleting the keys directly after this. So I'm just going to come here, copy, paste, comma, and copy and paste, right? Don't see my client ID and client secret, guys. That's bad. Okay. And now that we're done with this, our Convex backend is ready to take Google. So Betterauth base URL is undefined. So we need to fix that as well. So we come here, apps native lib Betterauth, that's fine. So base URL is Expo public convex site URL. Did I set it up correctly? Expo public convex. Okay, shouldn't be an issue, I think. Let's see. You're here again. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna launch the simulator. I'm gonna reload the bundle. Come here. Did not work. Why? Okay, so I had to debug that very quickly. So for now, we're not gonna have the callback URL here because that's the one that's causing problems. So now we have a login button that should redirect you to your Google signup. And we've configured your Google Auth here with the client ID and client secret that you obtained from the Google Cloud Console. And we also have webhooks or REST endpoints provided by Betterauth, and you can go verify that they're here by going to functions, and you can just see those functions have appeared here, right? So now if we go to our app, so I'm just going to quickly go ahead and restart or reload the application. And now I'm just going to click on login with Google. And now you can see Expo wants to use Convex site to sign in. continue, and then it has my Google account. I'm gonna have to blur these out. All right. So now, all this is good, but we need to have protected routes so that only authenticated users see the authenticated screen, so the protected screen, and the unauthenticated users see like plain login screen, right? So for now, I'm not gonna focus too much on the design. I'm just gonna move fast. I'm just gonna build out the segregation in the apps. So for now, I am going to just inspect this for a little bit. So there's a stack, and that stack is for the jar. And just have the modal. I'm gonna need to delete the modal. We don't need it. We can delete this as well. So how about this? Let me make an auth folder, and in that auth folder, I'm gonna have a signin.tsx. And in that signin.tsx file, I'm just gonna have a default export, and I'm just gonna call this login or sign in page. Sign in screen actually. We're doing React Native, and return in a safe area view. I'm just gonna have the social sign-in button here. This is gonna be my sign-in screen, right? That's perfect. And then I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna open up Expo documentation for protected routes. It's called the guard. If I'm not wrong, there we go. Yeah, and we just need to use a dot protected keyword, right? So for now, I'm just gonna say const is logged in. I'm gonna set it to false. I'm gonna force it to stay on the sign-in screen at all times. So I'm gonna have to come here, stack dot protected, and the guard is gonna be if I'm not logged in, the only screen that I see is gonna be the auth/sign-in screen. If I am logged in, however, see the drawer screen. And this is gonna be if I'm logged in. And that should work as intended. So now I'm gonna reload. I don't have to necessarily do this, but I just like doing this for good measure because I found Expo to be a little funky at times. So now I am logged in. So even if I try to navigate to a different page, let's say, let me just add a button, touchable opacity. I'm just gonna say, I'm also gonna say, go to draw, and then const use router, and then I can come here on touch, sorry, on press actually, router dot push, shoot it, let's say slash no to jar, and that should not, work. Yeah, and I need to put this in a text tag because it's a React Native. Right, go to jar and see nothing happens we have authentication set up. But however, if I go back to my layout and I change this to true, we are now at BetterStack. So I mean, we're now in the drawer page. So we now know that our guards work. So how do we make this robust? How do we make this login flow robust? Very simple. So we come here, we strip away this is logged in function, go to the documentation and look at the usage and get oh, we can come here, we can look at the usage here, right there. Expo usage authenticating users, social sign in. Yep, there we go. That's all we need. So we need to come here to the root layout at the very top, just get the session data and rename it to session, right? And then, hey, if the session doesn't exist, we have to do a triple bang because the session isn't a Boolean value, and this only takes a Boolean value, and we will only do a double session here. So you just use the bang to convert that into a Boolean operator. So we're just typecasting here at this point. And now, not logged in, doesn't work. Log in with Google, click on this, continue. I'm just gonna log in with my personal email ID and I click on continue. No matching routes found. And that is because we don't have a callback URL, right? And that is okay. So we come here, I'm gonna remove this, go back to the social sign-in now, and we need to pass in a callback URL here. So when you pass in a callback URL, you can pass in a relative route or an absolute route. I'm just gonna stick to an absolute route, so I'm just gonna say verti auth colon / because that's the scheme of my app. Sorry, it's my verti app. My bad. So come here, go back to the social component. My verti app here, and say drawer / tabs, and I want to go to the index, so I'm going to do / index here. All right, so now we come back here, and the go to drawer button should have gone away by now, but it's okay. That's why we reload the app by pressing R. I didn't save it, did I? Yeah, I did not save it. Right, so now click on login with Google, continue, log in now. Now that I've logged in, voila, my app is here. Right, perfect. And just to finish this out fully, I'm just gonna go ahead to my index page, and remove social sign in here for good measure. And now we have working better. Oh yeah, we need a sign out button. So I'm just gonna come here. I'm gonna go into this file, just gonna copy the contents, make a button called signout.tsx, come here, paste it. I'm just gonna call this sign out. I'm just gonna say, rename this to handle logout. Sign out. Don't need to provide it anymore. Then where are my options? Fetch options. And then I go use the on success method. And then I say, I don't think I need to do anything here. So just press handle logout. Right now, let's see what happens. Index.ts, user over, sign out, come back here. This time I have saved all the files, so I need to manually reload this. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, still need to change title of the button. Sign out. Sign out. Hey, that's all I need to do. Right. And yeah, there we go. You have a fully functioning app that and there we go. You have a fully functioning app integrated with BetterAuth and Convex. Works seamlessly. If you have any issues, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or honestly just DM me on Twitter. All right, see you. Peace.